Hola, hola, mi gente. Welcome to this beautiful Saturday reading from the car. Woo! It decided to pour, and as I just hit the play button, I don't know if you picked up on it, but it started to thunder as soon as I hit the play. You might see people walking by. It's okay. That will not disturb our reading today. So may this day be full of whatever you're needing. You know, rain is such a beautiful cleanser and at the same time provides nourishment for the plants, for the earth. It cools down the hotness, right? And so I would take in this energy as a blessing for this weekend, especially after all these wildfires that have been occurring. We have the beautiful elements of the aguas, the waters, who are stepping forward and helping with this unfortunate situation around, these fires and the wildlife that is getting displaced and the wildlife that is getting injured and the wildlife that is also dying because of this experience and the people, and it's just so many things. And so let's take in this water as a cleansing and send it over, and may it replenish what was lost and give back life to everything. Okay, so here we are burning a little bit of some sage. There's anything that is weighing on your mind, on your heart at this time, take a moment to take in a deep breath in and out. Right? And it's good to do like that in breath through the nose, hold for a second or two, and then release through the mouth. When we release through the mouth, we allow our jaw to also relax, which then allows our body to feel safe, right? Because then it translates, oh, we can exhale, we can relax. And so if you can breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, whenever you're feeling that tension, especially if you're someone who holds back your words and you feel like no one understands me, you will have a lot of tension here in your throat, on your shoulders and neck. And when you take in those types of breaths, it tells your nervous system to relax, right? And I feel like you know this. I'm just reminding you. And sometimes we need that reminder. That's what I love about doing this and slowing down, is because it's not just for you, it's for me too. It's for all of us, right? We're in this together. So let's see what we have here for the message for all of us, the collective energy for us today, this weekend. Ooh, the Eight of Cups in reverse. Hmm. As soon as I said for this weekend, right? Let's see. Eight of Cups, right, is about walking away. In the reverse, it's like you are afraid to walk away. So here we are with that energy. Then we have the Six of Wands, which is victory. Coming back from war victorious, right? You have injuries because there's nothing, you don't go through life and come back victorious and not be altered somehow, right? Even if it's a great thing in our life, we still come back with some lessons. We still come back different. And so what I'm feeling with this, energy, excuse me, this Eight of Cups and this Six of Wands, right? This Eight of Cups is like needing to walk away from something, not knowing how to. But the Wands, which is represented to the spirit in us, So there's a conflict between your emotional state, which is the cups, and the wands, right, which is the fire. So the spirit and the emotions of you are having a difficult time. And as soon as I said that, the high priestess in reverse came out. Right, the high priestess in reverse is also affirming that is it's affirming the difficulties between knowing what to do and emotionally being able to do so. This card just came out, Six of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Six of Cups has come up a few times this week, actually. Six of Cups in reverse is it's kind of good at this moment because it's talking about releasing the nostalgia, right? And the way that it is landing. So we have 6 and 6. We have that Six of Wands, Six of Cups, right? And I'm just looking at this. It's like to- different energy, right? This Six of Wands is coming back feeling like I can do this. And the Six of Cups, which is in the reverse, is like coming from a place of the child self, right? Because the Six of Cups talks about the child side of us, right? We don't get to ignore our experiences as a child and how that has impacted us in this world and impacted how we make decisions in relationships. Whoa, another Six of Swords in reverse. The we're getting a lot of reversals. The only one that's in the upright is the Six of Wands, which is talking about um, coming back from battle victorious, but also shifted and changed. You're not ever going to be the same. And there's parts of you that you have to heal from what you've witnessed, right? But at the same time, celebrate with the knowing I survived this war. With the Six of Swords, this is about that generational stuff. And this came up yesterday. Underneath everything, yesterday, Friday, we came up with this energy, right? And it was underneath everything. What we were not seeing that's impacting us was the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords energy is in reverse, is also talking about not being able to balance the generations, right? The multiple generations of you. There's a need for you to grow. There's a need for you to let go of some way of seeing things. It's keeping you trapped, right? Like there's something along the lines of that. And the interesting thing is the one that's missing is the Six of Pentacles, which is the physical. So there's like this whirlwind of stuff happening, like your mind, the swords, your cups is the emotions, right? And then the wands is the spirit, right? So your spirit is trying to tell you, remember who you are, remember that you're victorious, remember, yet everything else is kind of stuck for you, right? There's this feeling of I don't know, I can do this. It's like you're not believing in yourself, and your spirit is trying to wake you up, right? And the high priestess in reverse is like you're not listening to your higher self, and you're being asked to listen and to take those leaps, right? There's something that is going on that you're just done with, and you don't see your way out. And the thing is, it's not for you to see the whole picture. It's to first acknowledge, I'm moving from this. The tower. I'm moving from this, and we got the tower. It's not going to be easy. Let's see what else we got here. Ooh, okay. We have the Ace of Wands. I like that. And the Eight of Pentacles right behind it. Okay. I hear the message loud and clear. And the message here is about the spirit. This is the only pentacle that came up, and it was hiding behind the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a new birth knowing from your spirit. And when it's a new, when I'm saying new, it's not something that you've never thought of, but it's another way of feeling about it, seeing yourself around it. There is this need to see that the ideas are coming to you through spirit and they're fruitful. And when you do so and you listen to the spirit within you, you know exactly what to work on. You know exactly what to work on. You see here, she's working on these pentacles. She's creating something, and she's first creating it on paper, and then she's putting it onto this computer screen situation. And look at the high priestess. She has a computer on her lap, right? And so what I'm feeling here is that in order to turn the high priestess into its upright, which is what I want to see happen for us, is that we have to acknowledge what is coming to us through our dreams, through our intuition, through those moments of meditation, from those quiet moments where we're like, I had enough, and then something comes in. Like in that moment when you're like, I'm so done, I don't want to be here, this doesn't feel like this is where I want to be. And believe me, I know, because I'm also personally experiencing that, right? I am feeling so huge within me how I don't want to be in New York anymore. Right? I love the convenience of certain things, but I am so tired of the hustle and the non-relaxation that is here. And as much as I try to create an oasis, and anyone who knows me in my home, I try the best that I can to make it peaceful, make it less clutter, very nice. Like everyone who walks in is like, wow, I feel like I walked into another world in this space. It's only works for a moment in time. After that, it just, I'm reminded through the horns outside, I'm reminded through everything that I'm still in this environment, and it doesn't matter how much I illuminate, right, or try to make the best out of this situation. Eventually, right, like I need to make that next move. And so that's what this is talking about, is that there's a burning knowing in your spirit, and the spirit is the fire, and that's why it's like a burning knowing of your spirit that is saying to you, hey, it is time. You hear the lightning? It is time to move forward, because if you don't, look at that lightning that strikes this tower. I'm going to knock down this foundation. I'm going to make it uncomfortable for where you are. And that's what's starting to happen for me specifically. It's like, even though I made this oasis in my home, there's only a limit I can do. I want to have a garden. I want to grow plants, and I can't do this right now. And where in the space that I'm in. And I've tried to, and it just is not prosperous, right? And it's like trying to grow in something that doesn't have the right soil. And that's what it's talking about. It's like there's an acknowledgement around your life that you need to see, I'm not in the right soil. And just like any plant, if I'm not in the right soil, I cannot thrive. I need the sun, I need the water, I need the right foundation, the soil, so that I can grow. And so there's this need to acknowledge this today and this weekend. So as you sit wherever you are while you're listening to this, take a moment for you today, because the energies are sort of pushing us there, to visit the wound within and say, what am I sick and tired of? And how can I shift this now? What in my power can I do now to get on that horse, like this Six of Wands, and take myself forward? There's a need to let go of attachments. Like, I feel like for a lot of us that are attracted to this reading today, there's going to be a need to let go of certain things that are sort of like comfortable, so that you can move in the direction that you need to go towards. And if you don't, the tower is going to come and take it anyways. It's just going to make it unbearable for you at some point. And so it's time to take those ideas that are coming in through you and use those ideas in a way that gives you the energy to move forward with this eight of pentacles. All right, let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck here. Another major arcana. I like this for us because underneath everything, we have the Emperor. Okay? Underneath what's going on is the Emperor. And again, look at this. The city is behind the Emperor. One thing that I'm noticing about this Emperor energy is there's not much greenery, right? There's not much happening. And if you look closely at the Emperor's face, let me try to get as close as I can there. It doesn't look so kind, right? It there's a little like that, you know? And so the thing to look out for is that with Emperor energy, even though it's one who stands on the throne, it is one that creates things, it could be very, very hard on itself and on others around them. They can you're missing out on the emotional piece behind what is going on. It's like you're either too emotional, which I see here with the Eight of Cups and the Eight and the Six of Cups, right? And the Six of Swords. You're either too emotional around something that makes you paralyzed, or you go so hard into it to the other extreme of it that you're so hard on yourself and you don't create this equilibrium of balance. And the answer is in the in between. What you're actually needing is in the in between. It's like, yes, I need to move forward and get things done, and I need to go, right? But now I just don't go destroy everything, right? I'm not going to just go and not give myself the proper rest and the proper nourishment because I'm going towards that direction. Wow, it started to really come down as soon as I said that. Nature is talking to us. And again, the water element is connected to the emotions and also to deep cleansing and messages. Water carries messages. Have you seen that Harry Potter movies where Dumbledore, he goes and he takes his beautiful wand and he extracts his memory and puts it into a like a sacred water bowl, and there is the messages, right? And in a lot of ancestry work, right, what we do is we always have a cup of water because that's how we communicate, through the water, right? And so the water is trying to cleanse us right now, and it's coming down heavy, like, and in a way where it's like we need to go deep into the emotional place in our heart. We need to go to that place, because if we don't, we become the emperor, but the emperor without the softness, without the remembrance of the people, without the remembrance of how they got there, right? Let me see. I'm going to put this to the side here. I'm going to pull out some more cards from here. Let's see what we have here. The Ace of Cups. New beginnings again. Very similar concept, coming out of the cloud. Cloud is the air element. So the spirit is here. And it's talking to the wand and it's talking to the cup. The cup is the heart, and the wands is the spirit. You have to bring together your heart and spirit. You do not have cohesiveness. You have your mind saying, yeah, I have to do this, but emotionally you're not in it. Or your emotions are overly consuming you, and your spirit is trying to say, no, come on, wake up. You're going down this hole emotionally, but you already went through this already. You already went through this emotion. It's time to walk away. That first card that came up, that Eight of Cups, it's time to let go of the empty cups. But you're holding on, like you're being super stubborn. Like the Emperor is super stubborn, right? Right, like even though they're the emperor without the empress is like, I don't even know, it's like a dictatorship that is it's so forgetting of truth. They're like, I'm here, I'm the boss, I'm the one who says. They forget about partnership. They forget about communion. They forget about, hey, maybe if I open up, maybe there's an easier, faster, better way to handle this situation. Right? It's like, I got to do this on my own. Huh. I got to do this by myself. Right? Like, and that's the energy we have to be aware of, because it is underneath everything. So there's like this, I'm either too emotional, or no, I need to take care of it on myself. I don't want no one's help. I don't need this. I don't need that. And the truth is, we do need connection, and we need to be able to, yes, have our sense of authority and say, yeah, I want things a certain way, and at the same time bring in the spirit, the creative flow. Right, this cups of sorry this Eight of Pentacles, which is like the only other card that came up in the upright that's not a major arcana, right? Like we have the Six of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. They're both very driven energy, but they're in a nice flow of things, right? And then look here. Ah! Have fun while you're doing what you're doing. I feel like that's a message here, right? Like there's a need to be flexible and not get frustrated, right? So that you can see that you have your way, you can move your way through this. But you won't be able to do so without acknowledgement of the self, right? Acknowledgement of what you're going through. There's a need to say, yeah, this may be a little bit difficult. Who's on my team? Who can I commune with? Who can I talk with that's going to help me through this moment? What will help me right now? Right? Um so let's see. I want to take some cards from this deck. Ah, today is the day. Guardian angel, you are not alone. And feathers. I have a lot of feathers here that I've found. Like, let me show you. These are a few feathers that I've kept in my car that I've found as I walk around and stuff. And to me, it's like the message from my ancestors, the message from the birds. It's the message of from our guardian angel. And as you see, here's this feather, right? And there's sacred geometry around it as well, right? And it's talking about the guardian angel. And it says it very loud and clear, you are not alone. And this is where it's like you have to start invoking the truth of you, in the recognition that you are not alone. See, that's the thing with the emperor, is the emperor tries to do everything on their own, and then they want, because they want to have like all the credit, right? And that's ego driven. And that's the thing, is if you're manifesting or creating using your creative energy from I want all the credit, this is what I do, and you're gonna find yourself in a loop. And what is a loop? A loop is a trap of going back in a circle. And the problem with the loop is that it's not a natural state of our being. Yes, we go through cycles, but what our cycle is not a loop. Our cycle is to expand, and it continues to go outward, right? It's out and then it comes out, right? And we've been talking about this a few times this week already, right? You see? But a loop just stays right here. Do, 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 do. And there's no way in, there's no way out. And have you ever had a conversation with someone and they all they do is loop? And it is so, like, for me, I get dizzy when I have conversations with people like that. Let's say like you're like, oh hey, I'm trying to solve this problem, right? And you tell them this and this and this and that, right? Okay, you, let's say you have three options and you're like, these are my three options, but they're not really working out with for me. Help me come up with a new idea. They go right back to the one that you already said, and you're like, but I already said that. And then they keep looping, right? Like they can't see another way, and they just keep looping and doing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, expecting a different result, right? Expecting something to happen. And this is like a lot of the times where we try to impose our energy onto another, right? It's like, let's say someone is like, no, I don't want to do this, right? And then you try to convince them and convince them. You try to highlight it pretty. You try to use your energy to overpower their energy. And you might get away with it a few times, but after a while, that loop of energy is draining because there is no growth from it. It's just sucking dry, right? So let's see what else we have here. We have peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Then we have the samurai master, be graceful in the movements and action. And then in reverse, we have mountain, stand your ground. And I want to show you, look at this. Look at this image of this one. Pay attention to the roots is what it's talking about. Right? It says stand your ground. This is what I'm feeling with this one in reverse, is like what is needed is for you to let go of what you once thought things were and to shift into opening up yourself for new ideas, new potentials, for the same things that you're working on, right? Let's say you're working on video, right? I'm working on videos. I do videos every day. And there's moments where it becomes difficult to keep up, to share it, right? And recently I've been thinking, oh, maybe I should break it down differently. Maybe do a weekly video, and then in that weekly video, break it down day by day, or something where every day it's not me doing the video, or something along those lines. Like a new idea is trying to come in and I'm not sure of it yet. But if I just stick with, I made a commitment to stand, to be here every day, and I'm just going to do it every day this way, I'm going to burn myself out, because the truth is there's unexpected things that happen, right? And also, life is changing every day, right? I don't have the same rhythm every day, right? There's certain days I can start in the morning early, and there's other days I can't, and I've been struggling with that. So there is this recognition of I need to see things all around. Maybe there's another way I can do this. Maybe I can ask for help from the right people, right? Maybe speak to someone who has already done what I've done, right? This peacekeeper energy, you don't become a peacekeeper because your life is perfect. You become a peacekeeper because you've learned how to not let things rattle you in a way where it takes you out of who you are just because something is going on, right? Because the truth is, people will still do things to push you, and there is energies out here that are trying to get us to stay in loops. Unfortunately, we live in a vibration. We have these energies around us. Even though they're beautiful energies, there's also other energies that are not, and they're confusing us. They're creating confusion. They're creating us to feel lost. And the thing is, to be a peacekeeper, you have to be willing to let go of the things that are not important. It's to be able to see through and know what is the right battle, right? And here we go again to that like 8 of Cups, where we got to leave these empty cups behind because they're heavy. They're just taking up space, right? We need to turn our back to certain ways we've been doing things. Be graceful in your movement, though. As you move forward, is not to be like, oh, I don't like this, and you just kind of disrespect everything. No, there's an appreciation in how you're doing things. Oh, hold on, guys. I need to close this window here. My stuff is getting all wet, and I just realized my bag is all wet. I had the window a little open, but it is coming down, coming down, right? So I do feel like this energy today is also a little bit all over the place. Like I kind of feel a little bit all over the place, but I feel like that is a part of the energy. And so if you're feeling all over the place, like thoughts are here, thoughts are there, nothing is making sense, it's because you're getting to the point of your loop, and it's time to release the loop, right? And how do we release the loop? We find something new, have a different sort of conversation, talk to someone else, right? Like if you find yourself looping in certain conversations with people, then maybe you need to talk to somebody else, make new connections, and most importantly, make connections with your spirit. There's this like need to listen more to your spirit than others, because if you keep listening outside of yourself, like, oh, what should I do with this, what should I do with that, you might get some good ideas, but the true answer is really within you. The truth is within you. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. I just feel like pulling a few. Let's see what else comes out. This confusing energy. Confusing. We have the King of Swords. That was sort of coming up in the reverse, right? This King of Swords energy is different than the Emperor. Let me show you. The King of Swords energy is like it stands in the truth and it says truths, like it, cuts through. And at the same time, it's a softer energy, right? Where it's like, yeah, I'm saying the truth, but I'm saying it from a place of like not from full ego, where the Emperor has this ego tendency of energy, right? And so what I'm feeling is like, for us at this time, we need to get clear around our thoughts. You see, there's a lot of clouds in this, in that to me, and the swords also represent words and thoughts. So that's up here. So there's a need to ground your system, your body, so that you can hear your thoughts and recognize the difference between your thoughts and someone else's thoughts that you're receiving. And in order for you to do that, you have to walk away from the pain of the empty cups. There's like things that you've put energy into, right? There like you put energy, emotion, your heart into it, and it just did not feel like it was rewarding. That's okay. know that you were meant to take something else from that, but you need a part of that is letting go, is the learning to let go, the learning to move forward, right? Gonna burn a little more sage here. The need to let go. So right now, before we end, let's take a moment and let go, right? Let's invoke with our words, with our body and our intention, the truth. Taking a deep breath in and out. In and out. Let's do two more. In, out. One more. In and out. Allow yourself to just feel your body. Listen to the rhythms of your heart. Pay attention to the pulse within your body. And as you pay attention to the pulse within your body, if you like, it might be helpful if you close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, go inward and try to, from your eye perspective while it's closed, try to go down your face, down towards your throat, right? Feel whatever is there. We're not doing anything, we're just feeling. I feel like there's some stuck words, some stuck emotion, some harsh words that were said and shared. And it's okay, acknowledge it and just move down. Come into your chest cavity. Move and expand into your shoulders, going down into the heart. And it may be helpful if you place your hand over your heart. And I would suggest using your left hand, which is your feminine energy, because it is in the feminine energy that we allow ourselves to listen and just feel your heart within your hand, right? Try to feel your heart inside of your hand. What's happening there? What do you feel in that space? Does it feel heavy? Do you feel like you need to take in another breath? Are you feeling your heartbeat? Just let yourself feel whatever is happening in your heart. Are you feeling emotions? Are you feeling confusion? Are you not feeling anything at all? There's no right way of this. This is your time to start communing with yourself. Listen inwardly. If there's a word that comes up, an emotion that comes up, let it arise. And that could be anger, it could be happiness, it could be disappointment, it could be rage, it could be joy, it could be the remembrance of your own love, like, yeah, I do love myself. And that brings in a flutter of emotions. all different types of emotions and beliefs. This is the time right now for you to listen, to become curious around the sacred space of your own heart, to become curious about yourself, letting go of all small feelings and thoughts and emotions that you once did believe about yourself. Now let's come back slowly, taking a deep breath in and let it go. Relax your hand. Allow your heart to expand. You might still feel some sensations in your hand because you were just touching a vibrational energy of yourself and you were listening. Take this moment right now to appreciate yourself for listening. I appreciate you for taking this time. I appreciate that you've done this for yourself, that you allowed yourself to do so at this time. And now the rain has subsided and the birds are chirping. I'm going to open the windows and maybe you can hear. Ah! Can you hear the birds? So know that after the rain, after everything, that we think, oh, we're overflow with all this emotion, right? Then again, we get to sing. It will calm down eventually. And we'll be able to sing again. We'll be able to chirp again like these beautiful pajaritos, these beautiful birdies. And it was just pouring like you saw. We were here the whole time. This whole like 40 minutes or so. It was pouring until the end where we decided to listen to the emotions, right? So now take that information in. Take that in, right? It's like whenever there is a rainstorm, eventually the sun comes out and creates a rainbow. And the rainbow is that the new day, the new possibility. The old is now washed away. So this is the moment for us to remember that even when we feel like, oh, I'm never going to get out of this, you will. We all do. We all get out of it. All right, my beautiful friends. You have a beautiful weekend. I will see you tomorrow. And I'm sure that things are going to start shifting as the weeks go on around how I show up and stuff like that. Like, I love these videos, but I also know that people don't have 40 minutes to listen every day. So I want to do something that is more practical for everyone. And if you have any ideas, I'm open as well. What would be helpful for you, right? What do you like and don't like about the style of my reading? All right. May you have a beautiful weekend. Remember, you can book your complimentary awareness call, and you can book that on my site, soylamedicina.com. It'll take you directly to my calendar. Huh. That was kind of funny, right? Like, you saw that, like, he was not expecting me to be in the car. Um, and so they're not doing anything harmful. I think they're just trying to light like a cigarette or something. And so right now, what I want to leave you with is your spirit is trying to lead you, is trying to teach you something, is trying to show you a new thing. But your emotional state needs to be addressed because you got a lot of deep emotions that you're carrying with you that has altered the way you see the world and has made your words and how you think about how things operate in a way that is actually not really true. It's just based on your own personal experience. It's time to realize I had a hard experience, and that's why I see the world in a certain view. And I'm going to challenge that now because there are people who are experiencing another reality. And that's the timeline I also want to be on. I want to be on my version of that. And in order for me to get there, I need to break through the illusions and the confusions and let go of the emotions. And as I do such, I welcome new ideas and new possibilities, right? But I cannot do this being the same person I've been. I cannot carry these empty cups with me any longer. I must put them down, like literally put them down, right? Put them to rest. Let it go, right? And letting go is a very difficult thing because forgiveness is a part of that letting go. And the forgiveness piece that is needed here is that I surrender, I let go, right? Like in the forgiveness part is not about the other, but it's like I no longer want to be captive in this any longer. I am forgiving to let myself go of this cord. There's a need to cut the cord, to completely put it down, to do a burial of it, to give it to the earth, right? Or burn it in the smoke, or talk to it into the water, right? Whatever it is, you have to release it out of you because what is happening is it's inside of you. It has festered in you. And now, if you continue in that, you're going to see a lot of towers. And the rain started again, right? So, my loves, may you have a beautiful rest of your day. Talk to you soon. Ciao. From my heart to yours, de mi corazón hasta la tuya.